Hello class 11th. Today's topic is phylum Arthropoda, Mollusca and Echinodermata. Arthropoda comprises of the largest organism. Arthron means joint, pois means foot. Is an invertebrate animal having an exoskeleton, a segmented body, a paired jointed appendages. Arthropods form the phylum Arthropoda, which includes insects, arachnids, myropods, and crustaceans. Arthropods are characterized by their jointed limbs and cuticle made of chitin, often mineralized with calcium carbonate. The arthropod body plan consists of segments, each with a pair of appendages. The rigid cuticle inhibits growth, so arthropods replace it periodically by molting. Arthropods are bilaterally symmetrical and their body possesses an external skeleton. Some species have wings. Their versatility has enabled arthropods to become the most species-rich members of all ecological guilds in most environments. They have over 1 million described species, making up more than 80% of all described living animal species, some of which, unlike most other animals, are very successful in dry conditions. Arthropods range in size from the microscopic crustaceans up to the Japanese spider crab. An arthropod's primary internal cavity is a hemocoel, which accommodates their internal organs and through which their hemolymph, analog of blood, circulates. They have open circulatory system. Like their exteriors, the internal organs of arthropods are generally built of repeated segments. Their nervous system is ladder-like with paired ventral nerve cords running through all segments and forming paired ganglia in each segment. Their heads are formed by fusion of varying number of segments, and their brains are formed by fusion of the ganglia of these segments and encircle the esophagus. The respiratory and excretory system of arthropods vary depending as much on their environment as on the subphylum to which they belong. Their vision relies on various combination of compound eyes and pigment pit. In most species, the ocelli, those pigment pits, can only detect the direction from which light is coming, and the compound eyes are the main source of information. But the main eyes of spiders are ocelli that can form images and in few cases can swivel to track prey. Arthropods also have a wide range of chemical and mechanical sensors, mostly based on modification of many bristles known as setae that protect through their cuticles. They are having the characteristics internal fertilization, but this is often by indirect transfer of the sperm via an appendages or the ground rather than by direct injection. Aquatic species use either internal or external fertilization. Almost all arthropods lay egg, but scorpions give birth to live young after the eggs have hatched inside the mother. Arthropods hatching vary from miniature adults to grubs and caterpillars that lack jointed limbs and eventually undergo a total metamorphosis to produce the adult from. The level of maternal care of hatching varies. Phylum Mollusca is the second largest phylum of invertebrate animals after the arthropods. The members are known as mollusks. Around 85,000 extant species of mollusks are recognized. The number of fossil species is estimated between 60,000 to 1 lakh additional species. The proportion of undescribed species is very high. Many taxa remain poorly studied. Mollusca are the largest marine phylum, comprising about 23% of all the named marine organisms. Numerous mollusks also live in freshwater and terrestrial habitats. They are highly diverse, not just in size and anatomical structure, but also in behavior and habitat. The body is soft and generally is enclosed in a hard protective shell. Therefore, they are having an exoskeleton present made up of calcium carbonate. The shell may be one unit or two hinged together, even 8 in a row. In most species, this mantle covers and shelters the gill. Anything which comes in that mantle portion starts depositing the calcium carbonate ions from the surrounding and created by the organism, resulting into the pearl formation in certain cases. The body is divided into head, strong muscular foot, and visceral mass. The three most universal features defining modern mollusks are mantle with a significant cavity used for breathing and excretion, the presence of radula, and the structure of the nervous system. Reproduction is indirect, having a larval stage after the fertilization of the eggs. Other than these common elements, mollusks express great morphological diversity. They have single limpet-like shell on top made up of protein and chitin reinforced with calcium carbonate and secreted by a mantle covering the whole upper surface. The underside of the animal consists of a single muscular foot. Although mollusca coelomate and coelom tends to be small. The main body cavity is a hemocoel through which blood circulate. As such, their circulatory system are mainly open. The generalized mollusk's feeding system consists of a rasping tongue, the radula, and a complex digestive system in which exuded mucus and microscopic muscle power hairs called cilia play important role. Mollusk species can also represent important food source for anatomically modern humans. A risk of food poisoning exists from toxins that can accumulate in certain mollusks under specific conditions. However, and because of this, many countries have regulations to reduce this risk. Mollusks have for centuries also been the source of important luxury goods, notably pearls, mother of pearl, purple dye, sea silk. Their shells have also been used as money in some pre-industrial societies. Mollusk species can also represent hazards or pests for human activities. The bite of the blue-ringed octopus is often fatal, and that of octopus Apollyon causes inflammation that can last over a month. Sting from a few species of large tropical cone shells can also kill, but they are sophisticated though easily produced. Venom have become important tools in neurological research. Snail fever is transmitted to humans by water snail host. The next phylum is phylum Echinodermata. Echinoderms is the common name given to any member of the phylum Echinodermata. Echinos means hedgehog. Derma means skin of marine animals. The adults are recognized by their usually 5-point radial symmetry and include starfish, sea urchins, sand dollars, and sea cucumber, as well as sea lilies or stone lilies. Echinoderms are found at every ocean depth from the intertidal zone to abyssal zone. The phylum contains about 7,000 living species, making it the second largest group of deuterostomes after the chordates. Echinoderms are also the largest phylum that has no freshwater or terrestrial representatives. Aside from hard to classify Acura, the first definite member of the phylum appeared near the start of the Cambrian. One group of Cambrian echinoderms, which are close to the base of the echinoderm origin, have been found to possess external gills used for filter feeding, similar to those possessed by chordates and hemichordates. The echinoderms are important both ecological and geologically. Ecologically, there are few other groupings so abundant in the biotic desert of the deep sea as well as shallower oceans. Most echinoderms are able to reproduce asexually and regenerate tissue, organs, and limbs. In some cases, they can undergo complete regeneration from a single limb. Geologically, the value of echinoderms is in their ossified skeletons, which are major contributors to main limestone formation and can provide valuable clues as to the geological environment. They were the most used species in regenerative research in the 19th and 20th century. Further, some scientists hold that radiation of echinoderms was responsible for Mesozoic marine revolution. After listening to this video, all of you will make notes of all the phylums you have studied till now in your bio copy.